Hello everyone. Today I will be doing a presentation on Unit 3, Utilization of National Textbook and Teacher's Manual, Module 3-4, Preparation of Micro-Teaching in Science. Our objective for this module is, by the end of this module, the participants will be able to study the points learned in the module 3-1, 3-2, and 3-3 with sample lessons in teacher's manuals for micro-teaching. 2. Study teaching process in the teacher's manual and prepare necessary teaching materials for micro-teaching. In this module, I will be taking you to the 4 main parts in preparation for micro-teaching. 1. Concept of micro-teaching. 2. Steps in micro-teaching. 3. Activity, that is steps in lesson planning and presentation. And 4. Organization for micro-teaching. Let us begin with a question. Let's begin with a question. What does a teacher do before the actual teaching of a lesson? Express yourself freely. State your experiences. You have 5 minutes to give your responses. Welcome back. I guess you freely expressed yourself and gave a lot of answers from your experiences. Let us look at slide 4 on the first part in preparation for micro-teaching. Concept of science micro-teaching. 1.1 Characteristics of micro-teaching. Micro-teaching is organized practice teaching. The goal is to give instructors confidence, support, and feedback by letting teachers try out amongst colleagues a short slice of what they plan to do with their students. Micro-teaching is a quick, efficient, proven, and fun way to help teachers get off to a strong start. 1.2 Points to be known before micro-teaching. For conducting micro-teaching effectively, teachers has to plan and prepare well for micro-teaching. Some of the necessary things for preparing micro-teaching are in the Science Teacher's Manual, such as 1. Outline the knowledge, skills, and attitudes, values attained in the lesson. 2. Considering to organize and sequence science teaching steps. 3. Selecting appropriate science teaching and learning strategies to foster science process skills. 4. Prepare science teaching aids and materials required for the lesson. 5. Organize the chalkboard for teaching. And 6. Identify necessary assessments in the lesson through reading teacher manual. Now I'm going to talk about the second part in preparation for micro-teaching. 2. Steps in micro-teaching. 2.1. 3 steps in micro-teaching. 1. Lesson planning and preparation. 2. Teaching micro-lesson. And 3. Discussion and feedback. We are where the red circle is. We will now do step 1, lesson planning and preparation. Step 1, lesson planning and preparation. All group members should work together in lesson planning and preparation. Number 1, select a lesson to be taught agreed by all members in the group. The lessons are given later. 2. Read the science teacher's manual and understand what to do during the micro-teaching lesson. The points to be confirmed are: point 1, linkage of objectives, lesson flow and assessment. Point 2, what is key question? Point 3, how students learn and acquire new knowledge, skills, value, and attitude in the lesson flow, and how they are assessed at the assessment. Point 4, use of teaching materials. Point 5, Blackboard management plan. Point 6, main activity and methodology used in the lesson. And point 7, how to improve students' participation in the lesson. We're still on lesson planning and preparation. Number 3, delegate assigned tasks to each member of the group to prepare and carry out. Number 4, discuss and brainstorm the ideas of micro-teaching about the assigned lesson in the group. 5, improvise the assigned lesson plans when necessary and finalize the group's plan of micro-teaching. Please try to follow the lesson flow of the teacher's manual in this training. 6, rehearse the micro-teaching and make necessary amendments ready for teaching in the next stage. 7, use checklists to confirm all tasks complete and incomplete. Incomplete tasks should be given priority and ensure to fast track with an effective strategy. We are still looking at steps in micro-teaching. Step 2, teaching micro-lessons. 1, micro-lessons is much shorter than normal lessons. It should take about 10 to 20 minutes when it is taught. 2, one of the group members acts as a teacher and the other members act as students. Other group members observe micro-teaching with observation sheets and record the evaluation of the micro-teaching lesson. 3, teaching and learning is paramount and must be focused on both the needs of the teacher and the students. The teacher considers factors that influence his or her teaching as well as students' learning needs. In the course of teaching, there are certain considerations the teacher must take note in the next slide. We are still looking at teaching micro-lesson. Observation points. Number 1, teaching process is followed by the teacher's manual and textbook. 2. Being confident, flexible, strategic, and innovative if encountered with certain circumstances during lesson preparation. 3. Students' interest, motivation, positive attitudes, and values on science to enjoy learning the lesson contents. 4. Necessary teaching materials are prepared and utilized correctly. 5. Blackboard management are all in order and necessary points considered. 6. Activities in teacher's manual are conducted with students' participation to foster science process skills. 7. Students seek the answer of the key question to grab the concept of the lesson. 8. Consider the safeties of the students, including different abilities and special needs. And 9. Assess and give feedback to the students in line with assessment plan in the teacher's manual. These points of observation are summarized in the lesson observation sheet in the coming slides. Step number 3 is discussion and feedback. Number 1. After micro lesson, the way of improving teaching micro lesson is discussed according to the observation results recorded. 2. At first, the teacher of the micro lesson reflects on his or her own lesson by himself or herself and say own opinion, and then the impression of the others, members of their group. He or she can tell any difficulty faced or any other points to be considered. 3. Following that, other members and observers can freely express their ideas for the improvement based on the record of the observation sheet. Point 1. The discussion must be focused on how to improve teaching of the lesson. It should not be personal attack on the teacher or to the teacher. Point 2. The observer should not just criticize teacher's way of teaching. Always tell or come up with alternative ways and or ideas to improve the lesson. Number 4. Trainer should facilitate discussion and summarize the points to be discussed at the end of the discussion. One volunteer can record the opinions on the board or blackboard or manila papers. Let us look at the third part in preparation for micro teaching together. The third part of the presentation is the activity. Instructions. Form a group of 3 in class. Each group is assigned one of the following sample lessons. The first group will take Strand 1, Life, Grade 3, Chapter 4, Topic 4-1, Lesson 2, on Observing Animals 1, Insects. Second group will take Strand 2, Physical Science, Grade 4, Chapter 12, Topic 12-1, Lesson 5, Soft and loud sound volume. The third group will take Strand 3, Earth and Space, Grade 3, Chapter 10, Topic 10-2, Lesson 6, Soils Around Us. Point number 2. Each group read through the teacher's manual of the selected lesson. Point number 3. Each group discuss about the lessons and its components in the teacher's manual. Fill in the worksheet to make a basic lesson plan of the lesson for micro-teaching. Point number 4, delegate tasks. So one group member can be a presenter while the others can do the preparation of materials, etc. in the group. Point number 5, rehearse and finalize preparation for micro-teaching. Points to be studied in the activity in the handout. Fill out the table below before teaching. Notes for micro-teaching preparation in science. You will fill out the title and the lesson number, the objective, what is the key question of the lesson, how the students learn and be assessed, new knowledge, skills, values, and attitude. Is there any activity to foster students' science process skills? Have you prepared and tested the necessary teaching materials? Do you understand what to write on the blackboard? Do you understand the lesson flow, tasks, and discussion points in the lesson? What is the important point in the teacher's note? The points to be observed in micro-teaching in this slide is the same as the ones we have seen in our previous slide. How did you go? I guess you have completed all the parts of your activity. The fourth part of this module is the organization for micro-teaching. The organization for micro-teaching. Decide the presenter and the order of presentation in your group for the next module. You will use this table as shown on the slide. All the strands for group 1 and group 2 and 3 will be listed down there under strand. Lesson title for each group also will be listed down there under lesson title. And the presenter for each of the group will be listed underneath the presenter. The order of presentation will be put down also according to the group which is ready for presentation in the next module. We have now come to the end of this module. Thank you all, and you all have a good day.